Greetings and welcome to our summer bonus episodes of the Food Professor Podcast presented by Cattle.
Once again, Sylvain and I are taking a couple of the summer months off to recharge and get ready for our next season. So as the official podcast for the SIAL Food Innovation Show this year in Toronto and spending some time at the Ontario Craft Wineries Conference in Niagara Falls, Sylvain and I had the opportunity to interview some of the leading thought leaders, brands, and makers in the food industry. As the saying goes, these are their stories.
Stay tuned for Season 6 of the Food Professor Podcast, debuting August 28th. We'll be back on the mic together live with our particular brand of truth, insight, interviews, custom research from our friends at Cattle, and yes, a whole lot of fun.
So we're back at SIAL Canada, and we have a special guest, Pierre-Olivier Drouin from Firebarns.
Firebarns.
That's
thanks.
right. Yeah,
Welcome,
absolutely.
welcome. I'm really happy to be here.
And I know that both of you, Michael and yourself, ran into each other yesterday.
Last year.
Last year, I was this guy just haunting around the booth. I'm going, hey, I got this barbecue thing. If you give me a few bottles, I'll cook with it. And that's how I got to know you.
Yeah,
and you did a reel and video on your social media with barbecue sauce.
That's right, the last request. But it was really good.
Thank you.
Congratulations. It was really good.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
So welcome. So tell us a little bit about yourself first. So how did you become an entrepreneur in the food space? We want to know everything.
Before we found Firebarns, I was a banker at the RBC Bank, and
oh my God!
Yeah,
okay.
And I'm from a family entrepreneur in Beauce. It's a small part of Quebec City. It's a beautiful.
Yep.
It's a
south of Quebec.
Yeah, exactly, and a lot of entrepreneurs from St. George.
Beauce, Michael, just so you know, Beauce is a bastion of entrepreneurship in Quebec. Absolutely.
Why is that? What creates? What's in the water? What creates?
There's nothing else to do.
A lot of big company from Quebec sells everywhere in the world, like Can-Am, Trailer Manac is the big company in Quebec.
Yeah,
and
there's a spirit in Beauce that's a bit different.
Right.
Yeah. It's similar like Austria, basically.
So I was tired to work for RBC Bank, and I found a possibility to work in Florida, and I went to Florida for 1 year, and during a hockey game in March with my friends Max and I were at the sports bar, and Max ordered wings, and me wings with hot sauce, and me regular wings. So I didn't like hot sauce before that, and during the game, I watched the game, and I grabbed by a mistake the hot wings from Max, and I ate it, and I said, wow, what is a great taste. Wow. And it was
So you weren't into spicy sauces before?
Never.
Okay.
Only pepper.
Right.
Only pepper. And I said, oh my gosh, I love the hot sauce. So I start at this time to grab at the grocery stores different hot sauce, and taste it. And okay, I love it. And when I was back in Quebec City, I met my partner Frank, and we said, "Hey, we will become the next Tabasco company in Canada." So we think big.
Yeah.
So, and we create Firebarns. We launched Firebarns in 2015.
So why Firebarns?
Firebarns is from in the label you see all the time a dog, English bulldog named Barney. And Barney is the CEO of the business, Firebarns. And it is the dog, so it's funny.
Really?
And Barney's nickname is Barnes. And when we launched Firebarns in 2015, we launched with the hot sauce. So
Firebarns.
And Barnes, we put together, and Firebarns is created.
Fantastic. Wow. Now, you've got quite an array of sauces now, and it's quite a competitive category, right? Like, you hear from the grocers, like, everybody's got a sauce. And
it's full.
It feels like, I'm going to talk about table stakes and differentiators. A table stakes in your business, you got to make a great, flavorful product.
Yeah.
You got to deliver it on time. You got to have some pretty good label. It's got to look okay. Everybody's just to play. You got to be there.
Yeah.
How do you think about what makes you and your product different particularly at a show like this where people are looking for something new and different, and talk about that?
Because in the hot sauce industry, all the hot sauce is really hot. And when we create our recipe, and Frank and I say, okay, if we want to be different of everybody, because when we launched Firebarns in 2015, we were the first hot sauce company in Quebec.
Really?
Absolutely, in 2015,
That's
we are the
bizarre.
first.
I'm a little shocked at that, but then again, but your personal experience of finding it tells me that
But French Canadians are typically not spicy food fans.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Tabasco, Red Hot, Sriracha, Hufong.
Yeah.
That's what we found at on the shelf. So in 2015. Now, so when we create the sauce, Franks and I said, okay, so if you want to be different, we want to go with the taste before and the heat after. And so most of company is the heat before the taste.
Yeah,
So
you get hit really quick.
C'est ça,
And you
exactly.
can't taste the food.
Exactly. So that's why we put the taste before the heat on the hot sauce.
Okay.
And Franks and I create all sauce we have. So all sauce you see on the website or on the grocery stores.
But
Franks and
I'm
I
not a sauce expert, but how do you get to switch that from taste to heat, from heat to taste to taste to eat? I mean,
so you taste, because we put the pepper. So you have the hot pepper and the pepper. So we put pepper in front, so the sugar of the pepper before the hot pepper.
right.
So
Well, that's genius. That's genius. I mean, 'cause I don't like spicy food. Okay, I don't know about you. I
like spicy food.
I don't like spicy food, but if you tell me that I actually have a shot at tasting what I'm eating, that changes everything.
that's why we won't change the mind of people, the most people of the hot sauce. Because everybody taste Tabasco, and when you taste Tabasco, it's really spicy.
and it's got some vinegary notes.
vinegar,
and,
spicy. So
Yeah.
when we launch Firebarns, we want to change the philosophy and the mindset of people when taste hot sauce. So when you taste it, and I'm sure when you will taste Firebarns today or tomorrow, you will put hot sauce every day on your life after that. I'm sure, because when we have a new person in the business, and during the interview, we said, do you love hot sauce? And most people said no. And
they want to work for you.
and it worked for it. But you know what?
That's not what I would say during an interview.
In the next week, when I see these people in the lunchroom, I see the person put a hot sauce on the meal, on his meal. So
They've adopted the product.
they adopted the product. Exactly. So that's
Wow.
why when you taste the flavor before the eat.
So tell us what flavors you have. So the products you have.
So we have common pepper, everybody knows, so habanero for the original sauce, Scotch bonnet, a red jalapeno for the Sriracha. So we have our Sriracha.
Okay.
During the pandemic, do you remember the shortage of Sriracha in
Yep.
the market? So
Yep.
we were here for the grocery stores, because we grow our pepper in the Quebec. So we have our own pepper. So we have Sriracha, and everybody say, "Hey, I want your Sriracha. I want your Sriracha." That's why now we have a good distributor across Canada with our Sriracha.
Now you have on the table here in front of us. We've got we've now got baseball mustard,
Yeah.
and tell us about just give us a few of the not just the ingredients, but a few of the things so the listener can understand what kind of products are most popular for you. Like, do you have a maple kind of sauce? And then I want to explore. You've moved away from glass into a different medium. Tell us about both those things.
Because we have condiments. In 2021, during the pandemic, we said, okay, we would change. You recognize Firebarns for a hot sauce company and barbecue sauce company, and we want to change that for having more family in the business. So we have condiments, we have Asian products, barbecue sauce, and hot sauce. So, and the differentiation we have, for example, in the ketchup, most companies have the sugar, and our sugar is cane sugar bio and honey. So we use this both for sugar. So that's why we want to differentiation between the ketchup, regular ketchup, and our ketchup.
Right.
And it's important to have ingredients from Canada. Most ingredients we use on our products is from Canada. For example, we have changed the packaging. So on the category of barbecue sauce, when you're going on the grocery store, you see the category of barbecue sauce. You see all the same bottles, the same thing, and we decided to change.
It's overwhelming.
Exactly, and we decided to change the category, innovate the category. So with this new bottles, it's a plastic recycled bottles, and it's a squeezable bottles. Have you ever seen the barbecue sauce in a squeezable like that?
I love it. I mean, I've seen it once or twice, but the vast majority is in glass bottles.
Exactly.
You're trying to get the last out, and as a barbecuer, right, you're trying to pour it out, and I love this idea because often I put it from the glass bottle into my own plastic dispenser anyway.
Yeah,
and we use recycled plastic. It's 30% recycled plastic, so it's good for the environment.
This week's episode is sponsored by Cattle, now celebrating 10 years as Canada's voice of the consumer. Cattle empowers Canada's top brands and retailers with unparalleled access to first-party panel data and receipt-based insights. Cattle offers unmatched speed and scale with a budget that doesn't break the bank. They deliver the insights businesses need to outsmart the market and their competition. To learn more, visit cattle.ca or reach out to insights@cattle and mention the Food Professor in order to get your free rapid response survey. That's cattle.ca, CADDLE.ca.
The show here, why are you here, basically? Because this is day 3, we're almost done. And so what's your impression?
It is our third time here in Toronto. It's 2 times in Montreal. Because 1 year is in Toronto and 1 year is in Montreal. So why we are here is to meet the people like you guys. No, so they have a buyer from different brand of grocery stores and met to having your networking, having more contact in the industry to meet. It's really cool because you see company from Italy, Brazil, Pakistan. So it's really cool to see the innovation of the other country also. So
that's right.
That's why I'm here.
Now you've got distribution. Are you North American? I think yesterday you told me you got a big news in Texas, right?
We just launched Firebarns in the south of U.S. Yeah, 1,100 stores in U.S.
Congratulations. And which store is that?
It is United Market, Brookshire. We are at... because IG is in the U.S., you know?
It is.
It is. So in the Midwest, in the Midwest, we have Uchan IG, and
I think you said HEB. Did you say HEB?
HEB in September. We will be at
That's so exciting.
Yeah,
I love HEB.
Yeah,
HEB.
Right?
Yeah.
We talked about it.
Three SKU in the HEB in September. It's really big.
Wow.
It's a big step for us, but we are really happy because we
launched. Your stuff is spicy enough for Texans.
Because barbecue sauce is not spicy. Only hot sauce is spicy. Condiments, it's not spicy. So we have a family of products. It is the most purpose for Firebarns to the people know about Firebarns is not everything is spicy.
Yeah. And in Texas, they like a flavor as much as heat, sometimes more flavor. Can we talk about the current environment with tariffs and trade for a bit? So I don't know what your business plan was last year, but it probably didn't have what's going on today.
Oh my gosh!
So how are you dealing? Does it impact your business? How are you thinking about growth and what's the impact?
It is good because I met our broker US here in SIAL last year in Montreal, and our distributor is Kihi. And I met Chris Lawrence here last year in Montreal. So I met everyone here in SIAL. SIAL. So now we do a lot of business with both. And so we start discussion and business plan at around last May. And so introduce the product to the branch, the grocery stores branch, July, August, and receive a good yes in around October, and finalize everything in October. And November, Trump posts 25% tariff.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! So you do,
but your product it's not CUSMA exempt.
Now, yes.
Okay.
But in November, 25% for everything.
Yeah.
So I said, oh no, what happened? And the banker said, okay, now what is your plan? So what is your plan with tariff? And we said, okay,
Did you call your banker, or did he call you?
We called probably the same time.
I hope it's RBC. No, I'm just kidding.
No. But now so we have a plan. So when we do food costs, it's my part. I do food costs, so I don't put a profit on the exchange rate, So that's why I focus on my target to be on not just on the currency exchange. So that's why we have a plan. So, for example, 10% tariff, we are okay with that.
Right. So you basically...
we have a plan.
You take into the gross margin of the product all the different inputs, build yourself a little cushion, maybe a little money in the drawer to open up in case of the unexpected. Is that your advice to... I mean, there's lots of entrepreneurs here we've talking to. They're all facing the same thing. Tell us, you're so successful. What's your advice to people who aspire to be as popular, as good as you are? What are the key lessons that you say, I wish I knew that before, but at the same time, what have you learned, and what would you share with people like yourself?
It's really hard to me to accept I'm successful. So,
but you are. But you are.
I will become. So, my advice will be never give up. Never give up. Just focus on your goal. Be happy every day, and wake up and focus on what you want to be in the next 10 years.
Right, right on. So what's next for the business?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot next going on. You've done a big change into plastic. You're going into the States, but someone like you and your partners, I'm sure we meet lots of them. Sylvain, they're thinking about 2026, 2027. You got to be thinking about that now.
In a business, okay, Firebarns business is one day we will be around the world, okay? But now we are on US, a little bit in France and in Canada, but we want to grow in these 3 countries before to be a next step around the world. Okay. To focus on what we have actually to be the next biggest company on condiments in North America.
That's your goal.
That's my goal,
okay. That's great.
What percent? I got so many questions for you.
Go ahead.
Like what percentage? When I look at people who make sauces, and I kind of put them into 2 categories. There's people who make, again, table stakes, great sauces, but you got to do so much more on the marketing end now. Whether it's influencers, you take a guy like Matt Pittman at Meat Church, right?
Yeah.
Small little store in Texas, but he's built this brand. He doesn't put out a lot of products though. Like his core line of sauces and spices, he doesn't have sauces. They don't change that much. He focuses on driving sales for the core.
And branding it.
And branding, and he's the brand, and getting out there. How do you think about the marketing to the end of it? Do you think about it that way? Are you more focused on, I got to have new and innovation, or you're focused on, I got to get more and more people using my product and showing them how to use the product?
I think the good answer is both, okay, to mix together.
Okay, but if you had one last dollar to spend or one last minute to spend, what would you spend it on?
Oh my gosh!
Well, of those two.
Probably marketing influencer. Yeah. Okay. Now, on our generations, and our target is 25 to 45, and I think now is influencer marketing is necessary for the business for sales. Yeah.
And you yourself, right? Like Matt both gives his seasons to other people, but he cooks himself. Do you guys do some of that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is that popular?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. All right, fantastic.
But you have the dog.
My partner had the dog.
Yeah.
Yes. Barney is this. Okay, we have Barney Jr. also because Barney Sr. passed away 2 years ago, and now was very sad, but now we have Barney Jr. And Barney Jr. is the new CEO of the business. So Barney is the CEO. He decides everything. He signed the paycheck for everyone in the business.
Wow. That's
so we work for his nugget. So he eat really, really big. Yeah.
Let's pause to think about Barney. There you go. There's my dog reference.
You can throw your boss a bone.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey!
No fun.
Oh.
Hey. I'm French and I have but anyway. Thank you so much for joining us, Pierre-Olivier. And it was it is a competitive category.
It's really competitive.
But the fact that you're out there, you're making a difference, you're making noise, it's great.
So we have on our factory, we have a factory. We do everything. That's
and you buy ingredients from Canada.
Exactly. So it is a perfect mix.
Wonderful story.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for tuning into our summer bonus interview series. Michael and I will be back live on the microphone together in late August. I'm Dr. Sylvain Charlebois, the food professor. Take care.
And I'm Michael LeBlanc. Safe summer travels, everyone. See you in the fall.